Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 685, and we are here live in Southwest Florida in my beautiful tropical backyard, and we are getting the final band of Tropical Storm Sally today. We've been inundated with lots and lots of rain over the weekend. We've had tornado warnings and flash flood warnings. I didn't have the extreme weather that other areas in my area have had, but anyway, I'll explain more in a few minutes. Hi, Lisa. Good morning, Melissa and Judy. Good morning. Hi, Julie and Lisa. Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Marcia. Good morning, Grace. Hi, Carrie and Angela. Hopefully you can hear me over the rain. It's pretty loud out here. Somebody would let me know. Hi, Joe. I'll try to get closer to the camera if you can't hear me that well. Hi, Wendy and Kathy and Marcia. I know my microphone's usually pretty good about that stuff, but if someone would let me know. Hi, Lorraine. Hi, Chris and Joe. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Lisa. Oh, you can hear the rain too. Good. Thank you, Judy. Hi, Judy. Hi, Thea. Hi, baby Bjorn. We've got a visitor already. That was quick. This little guy is not afraid of any storms, are you? He didn't even hide during Hurricane Irma. You are one warrior kitty. He's just a storm lover, I guess. You know how some people love storms. Hi, Kieran G. And Jill, good morning. Probably missed some names. I'm sorry about that. You know how it goes when the kitties come by. Hi, Constance. Hi, Chris. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 685. I'm Kristin Omdahl, and we are here live in Southwest Florida in my beautiful tropical backyard. This is the final band, I believe, of Tropical Storm Sally. I'm not quite sure if it's turned into a hurricane yet, but I do know that it's supposed to turn into a hurricane once it leaves Florida and goes back out into the Gulf. So definitely thoughts and prayers for Mississippi and Louisiana and anywhere else that is in the cone, because it's expected to turn into a Category 2 hurricane before it hits landfall again. It's only been a tropical storm here, but man, we've had lightning, thunder, tornadoes, flash flooding for 3 days straight now. It cleared up for a couple of hours yesterday, and if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I ran down to the beach. Well, I rode my bike down to the beach very quickly when the rain stopped because I wanted to be able to see the storm out in the Gulf. Turns out the thunder and lightning was still close enough that it was probably beautiful, stormy sky over the Gulf. You can check that out in my stories still today. And then I thought it was going to be done, but it's been heavily raining overnight and obviously still this morning. So on the radar, it looks like this is the final band before it continues to move northwest. Anyway, having said that, it has caused extremely slow internet reception for me this weekend. Why? I don't know. I don't know how stuff like that works, really. I'm tech savvy in some things, and I'm definitely not tech savvy in other things. I have no idea why my internet was so incredibly slow and non-existent for a lot of this weekend, which was really unfortunate because I was uploading lots of videos and uploading lots of patterns and photos for patterns all weekend. It took a lot of time, probably 10 times the time it would normally take me to do those tasks. And oh, thanks, Julia. It's atmospheric pressure. Okay, I knew that it was something. I just didn't know what it was. So anyway, first of all, let me show you the two patterns that are new. And then I'm going to explain to you about the live premieres of the supplemental videos that are going to go along with them and when they're coming out. So first of all, I released the pattern for the Apollonia wrap this weekend. Yay, finally! And there's a 4-part video series for this wrap. And part 1 of the live premiere of the video series will begin at 10 o'clock this morning, so a few minutes after the podcast is over. Then part 2 and part 3 will be shortly after that. Part 4 was supposed to be shortly after that. I was not able to schedule the time correctly, and I thought I did, but it didn't stick. So that video premiered at midnight, I guess I heard. So if you've seen part 4, great. You can watch it again after you've watched the first 3. It's really not a critical mistake. It's just a mistake. So anyway, if you want to join me for oh, no, I take that back. The Mystery Crochet Along Part 2 video premiere is at 10 o'clock this morning, and then these videos are after that today. So I've already linked the playlist for this in the video description, so you can find out what time they start today. I think I've made a mistake today because I released part 2 for the Mystery Crochet Along for the poppy scarf this morning. So if you've already ordered that pattern, you got the new update this morning with parts 1 and 2. And the supplemental video for part 2 will be live premiered at 10 a.m. this morning. These videos will start after that. I can't remember what time, maybe 11, something like that. Anyway, so you can get all that information. So I want to stand up and show you this one before we go any further. Oh, and I gotta tell you about my outfit too. So this is one of those longer dresses that you know I absolutely love in my Amazon shop. And what I've done today is taken one of the stretchy belts and bloused up the dress. Totally different look, right? I am so excited about this, and it makes the dress a little looser in my hips and butt. Which I think is really cool, but it also brings me to another point that I'm super duper excited to share with you this morning. I found some shapewear recently that I've already popped into my Amazon shop that is not quite as intense as Spanx and some of the other shapewear, but it still smooths you out. As you can see, it smooths me out a lot, but I would call it a cross between the heavy-duty shapewear and like the old-fashioned control top pantyhose. They're a little more like a sheer fabric, like a control top pantyhose, but they have the effectiveness of a Spanx without the feel. And the reason why I wanted these, and I want to share this with you, is for those of you, this is going to sound a little weird, but like as a single person, I don't have to worry about what I feel like, right? If you're married or you're in a couple or you're dating or whatever, normal Spanx and shapewear, if a man went like this across my hip or my hip or my waist area, I think I'd be mortified in Spanx, to be honest with you. And I don't know if any of you feel that way too, but it's always been important to me to figure out what would I do if I wasn't single anymore and still wanted to wear shapewear. So I think I found the solution. I can't show them to you because that would be really graphic, but if you go to my Amazon shop, you can see the 2 pair that I bought. They come one size fits all, and which I think is bizarre, but I'm wearing it and I'm an extra large, and they're not pushing into my skin at all. So I think it's really amazing, and if it's something that you're interested in or any of the things that I just pointed out appeal to you, I would definitely recommend checking it out. What else? Okay, I was going to go back to showing you the shawl. So it's a nice big rectangle. The pattern also includes instructions and schematic if you wanted to make this larger into a couple of different sizes of throws. And if you wanted to make it into those different blanket sizes, I also give you recommended yardage changes. But here it is as a rectangular throw, which is so cozy. So obviously the first idea would be to just throw it over your arms, right? You could pin it here, you could use a shawl pin, you could use a butterfly clip, anything like that. But it would also be fantastic as a poncho if you wanted to clip it on one shoulder like this. I think that this works. It's a nice size for turning into a poncho, and honestly, is that not the most colorful and beautiful poncho you've ever seen? Like, I would wear this all winter if that was my poncho, or all fall. I think it's so, so pretty. as a poncho. And then it would, if you clipped it right here, you would have the one arm open, or you could clip it another time to make the arm more closed up, but I think that that's absolutely fantastic. Also, keep in mind that it would make an amazing voluminous scarf if you wanted to wrap it around like this. I mean, can you just even imagine on a super, super cold day how cozy and awesome this would be? You could clip it right there, or if it's under your coat, it would sit there, but man, it does not get cozier than that. So that's the Apollonia wrap, and like I said, the pattern is $1.99, instant download. It comes with lots of detailed charts. In fact, I do the large motif chart in 2 different color formations. So like normally in a chart, we change color every other round, so you can see where the rounds begin and end. Well, I did the chart that way. Then I did the chart in a second way where I color-coded the stitches in each round so you could see where the colors change. So it's the exact same chart, but it's colored differently so you can read it in 2 different ways. And I think together they are extremely helpful. And then they mimic the written instructions. And I also have some supplemental videos that will be live premiering sometime today. And then you can watch them anytime after that, of course, as well. And that entire playlist has been linked in the video description below, as well as the pattern. So you can download that pattern. And that uses 5 colors of Be So Baby yarn. Because it's a textural pattern with post stitches, you could actually do this in 1 color as well. And I've given the yardage recommendations for not only doing it in 5 colors, but if you wanted to do it in 1 color as well. So it brings me to the next pattern. Yes, I just said it's Be So Baby yarn, Kiranjit. I think I did. Yes, it's Be So Baby yarn. And these are colors: indigo, aquamarine, orchid, silver lavender, and stone. Thank you, Judy. So the live premieres start at noon today. The first premiere this morning will be at 10 a.m. for part 2 of the mystery crochet along. And that will be fun as well. So if you want to join me live there, I will be in the chat for all of those videos today. And I released another pattern this weekend, but I thought it was too much to live premiere all the videos on the same day. So these videos will live premiere tomorrow afternoon. I believe 12 or 1 o'clock. I can't remember all of a sudden. Anyway, the link to that, those premieres are in the video description below, as well as the pattern. So this is the Shadow Moon shawl. This is also a crochet pattern and also in Be So Baby yarn. And it is a super simple top-down half circle shawl done in double crochet. As you can see, nice and simple for the pattern. And then the wow factor is how we add all these tiers of fringe. Can you see how these are done on the surface and how they end up being tiered? So the very first row of edging is right there. And honestly, if you just wanted to make the shawl in 1 row of edging, it would be absolutely gorgeous as well. But I ended up doing 7 tiers of edging and adding a bunch of interesting colors together because I thought it just made it something that you could wear with so many different outfits if you pick a bunch of your favorite colors. Because then any one of those pops of color could go with something that you wanted to wear. Now, I did high contrast with my color choices. You could do something more tonal. You could do something for any particular theme you want. And when you watch the videos for this shawl, I tell you lots of ways that you can modify this for all sorts of ways. I think you're going to really love the videos. And the pattern's only $1.99 for the instant download, and it comes with lots of charts and the written instructions for all the lines. So lots and lots of ways to learn how to make this. It is a generous size half circle, and once you read the pattern, you'll understand that you could easily make this larger or smaller if you wanted to. So a half circle, super cute on its own. If you clipped it or pinned it or laced it here, obviously it becomes an adorable capelet, which is another great look for fall. You could even make 2 of these, a front and a back, and make it a poncho. That would be super cute too, wouldn't it? You could make it smaller for a child. You could do all sorts of things with this. And once you learn how on the surface of these rows, you can apply this technique to any pattern to make tiers on a skirt or a bag. Can you imagine this on a tote bag? How cute would that be? Or making it on a skirt for a little girl. There's so many ways you can take the techniques that you're going to learn in this shawl and apply it to other things. Plus the half circle, if you don't know how to make a half circle in simple double crochet, that's another really nice technique to have in your arsenal or your crochet toolbox. So lots of great things to learn in here, and once you get established in the pattern, it's super easy. So this is definitely a Zen project as well. That's called Shadow Bloom. Then, might as well show you a sneak peek while we're at it, right? Oh yes, Judy's posting a link to the Be So Baby color card. I'm getting close to finishing up some more color cards right now. So if you did not get one before they sold out, please sign up for the wait list, and then you'll be the first to be notified when they go back in the shop, because I have a feeling they're going to sell out quickly again. They sold out within a couple of hours of me releasing them last time. So if you want a color card of all 60 colors of Be So Baby yarn, head over to that link that Judy just posted and sign up for the wait list, because I will be releasing quantity in a couple of days. It's just so much work. It takes a long time to get them done. So I have another shawl coming soon. I'm going to explain to you why I haven't released it yet. This is called the Sadie shawl, S-A-D-I-E. It is not released yet. It is a sampler crochet shawl, also done in Be So Baby yarn in colorway lilac. And oh, I didn't tell you all the colors of Shadow Moon. I'll come back to that. So as pretty as this is, I feel like making stuff in Be So Baby yarn is a little bit more casual than making stuff in Be So Fine and Be So Sporty, or Be So Fine Bling and Be So Sporty Bling yarn. And I think that I would like to remake this in a thinner bamboo yarn to make more of an evening look. It's so pretty. I love the size. Can you imagine wearing this out to dinner? Wearing this out to dinner, even with a simple black dress like I'm wearing. Like, how beautiful is that, right? But I would love to do it. I think what I'd like to do is make the body of the shawl in Be So Fine yarn, and then make the ruffle in Be So Fine Bling yarn, because it does go over 700 yards for the shawl. So it'll go over one ball of Be So Fine yarn at 650 yards. That would be a good candidate for mixing Be So Fine with Be So Fine Bling for the edging. What do you guys think about that? So I think it requires a second sample. Yeah, bling edging will be gorgeous, absolutely. So oh yeah, you can do both, Grace. Yes, the pattern will include the yardage and the yarn suggestions for both, and both are being photographed. I just feel like I need to make the videos anyway still, so I thought I might as well make the videos as I'm making the second shawl, and then be able to show you you know, the comparison and the contrast between the DK weight version and the fingering weight version. And you know, I don't know, that's just where my thought process is, since I need to make the videos anyways. I think it would just be really stunning for a wedding, a cocktail party, a date, going out to dinner, a holiday event. This shawl is going to be called Sadie, S-A-D-I-E, but it is not released yet. So I promised that I'd come back to Shadow Moon to tell you the colors. So this is called Shadow Moon, and it is available now. This color here this is Be So Baby yarn in colorway violet, blush pink, blush pink, salmon, coral, orchid, periwinkle, indigo, and sugar plum. Just kind of a strange combination, but I'm definitely loving it. I don't know, it just kind of happened one day. I don't even remember where my inspiration came from that day, but definitely has a tropical vibe to it. Definitely reminds me of tropical flowers, but it's not necessarily a combination that I would normally first grab or think of. But doing the orangey corals and the purples together, I'm absolutely loving it now that I did it, and I can't even explain to you how I came about it. Oh, this would be great in Be So Fine yarn too, Barbara. Absolutely. It would be beautiful in a thinner yarn and would definitely still be dressier too. So you could do this in fine and these in Be So Fine bling. You could do tidbits for these to make different colors. There's a bunch of different ways you could do this in Be So Fine or Be So Sporty as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Does anybody have any other questions about the patterns that I've shown today? I've shown 3 new patterns. Well, 2 that are out now. One's a sneak peek, but still. Very exciting. Yeah, and any shawl that I do in Be So Baby yarn, you could absolutely dress it up by doing it in Be So Fine yarn instead. I feel like baby's just a little more casual and fine is definitely a little more dressy. Thank you, Julia. I love the lilac shawl too. I just really want to do a second one with fine and bling. So I've been racking my brain all weekend to figure out colors. Part of me wants to do it in Chantilly lace with Chantilly lace bling, because I feel like that would go with just about anything. Part of me wants to do $1 Million Red and $1 Million Red bling. Part of me wants to do the whole thing just in mulberry, because I feel like a bright raspberry shawl is something that I would wear with anything. So I'm just trying to figure out what colors go together, if I'm going to mix and match colors. Anyway. In the meantime, there's other stuff to work on too. Does anybody have any questions? I know I talked about a lot. Yeah, Chantilly lace with Chantilly lace bling and silver or gold would be really, really pretty. And then my only issue with that is that I'm making it for videos, so then people will complain if I use white yarn on a white table. So it's always something. I do get complaints if I use white yarn on videos. So there's that. Well, my plants are getting lots of water and moisture this weekend. I think I'm going to swap these 2 plants to opposite tables. I feel like this one needs the height of that table, and that one will fit better in this plant container. Nope, can't please everybody, that's for sure. I do my best, and that's all I can do. So much for blow drying and flat ironing my hair today. I am just a sweaty, frizzy mess out here already. Karen, it depends on your gauge. Sometimes going with thinner yarns is easier than going up to thicker yarns because there's more give in your, because you crochet looser with the bigger hooks. So it depends on your gauge. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Trina, to maybe put a tablecloth down. Although I have to say I did that once and then I had complaints about sound quality, but I don't know if maybe that was just a freak thing and it had nothing to do with putting the tablecloth down. The ebook is still in process. I'm not sure when it will be ready. I would like to think that it would be ready sooner than later, but it's going a little slower than I anticipated because I keep getting inspired to work on shawl patterns instead. And there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that I can't tell you yet. So there's just been so many things pulling my attention away from the ebook. But the ebook is still in process and it is still coming. Yeah, I'm gonna think about. I'll think about a darker tablecloth for sure. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. If I do it that way, or I'll pick a color. Does anybody have any other questions? I know I talked about a lot today. Judy posted a lot of wonderful links for everybody, so thank you, Judy. And I have shared links in the video description as well as the recorded comments below. So if you come back later and want to find any of those links, they will be there as well. Oh, yeah, Barbara. Yeah, there's complaints or unusual opinions shared, no matter what. In some ways, I think I've heard it all. Does anybody have any other questions? Yeah, after 16 years of being in the public, yeah, I've heard it all. I've heard it all from comments through PBS, through comments through Amazon, through comments through YouTube, through email, through social media, you name it. Thank you, Trina. All right, so if anybody is available in about 30 minutes, we're going to be live premiering part 2 of the Mystery Crochet Along Poppy Scarf, and then starting at noon today, we're also going to live premiere the videos for the Apollonia wrap, and I think you're going to really love the magic of putting together, of making these colorful tapestry crochet motifs in the round. It's a little bit complicated, but it's nothing you can't do if you take it step by step. So each of the videos for the large motif only cover 4 rounds at a time, and you work at your own pace. Don't worry, don't panic. It's a little bit complicated until you get the hang of it, but you can do it if you slow down and take your time and just enjoy the process, because it ends up looking like magic when you're done. It's so gorgeous, and it's so worth taking the time to learn something new. So those videos will start at noon today. The pattern's available now if you haven't downloaded it. And then the Shadow Moon Shawl is a pattern that's available now. You can download it now, and you can order your yarn now, and the videos will start premiering for that one tomorrow afternoon. Good, Pamela. Yeah, just take your time. There's no rush and there's no deadline for any projects. Even if a Mystery Crochet Along new parts come out each week, it does not mean that you are on deadline to be ready to start it then. It means you can start watching it then, and start thinking about it then, start reading the pattern then, and getting excited about the next step. But always feel comfortable that working at your own pace is okay. Just because the releases for a Mystery Crochet Along come out once a week does not mean that you are expected to have your homework done for that week. It just means that for some people, they're going to be hungry for it. Some people work more or less than others. Some people are more retired or less than others. Some people have more on their plate than others. And it's okay. However much time you can dedicate to your craft is okay. And don't ever feel like you're in a race or you have deadlines, or if someone's crocheting faster than you, that it has anything to do with your skills, your talent, or your time management. Everybody's life is different. We all have a lot more going on than it looks like on the surface. And remember, no matter how perfect someone's life looks in social media, everybody has the same fears, anxieties, and pressures that they put on themselves, and way more going on than they admit. And that doesn't make them bad for not admitting it. It means that they're just more closed off about it. It doesn't, like, I know sometimes people will say, oh, well, that's all she posts is positive stuff. That may be all that someone's comfortable posting. Just remember that no matter what someone posts, it has nothing to do with the fact that they are human beings just like everybody else, with the same gamut of emotions, some positive, some negative, and that's okay too. And so don't ever compare yourself to anybody else. It is absolutely okay to, oh, I lost my train of thought, my phone's ringing again. Anyway, sorry, just don't compare yourself to anybody else. Enjoy the process. I hope that coming here in the morning and joining this amazing community that we've grown helps you to remember that you are in a loving community of crafters that love to be creative too. And please remember that there is no pressure on you to crochet or knit or craft or be creative in the same way as anybody else here. I know I always say we're more alike than we are different, but we are still unique as well. And so don't ever put extra pressure on yourself. Life gives us enough pressure, right? we've got enough pressures on us. Crocheting and knitting and yarn and creativity is not where I ever want you to think that there's pressure put on you. So having said that, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the show and tell. All the links. Remember, in 30 minutes, we're going to do the live premiere of the Poppy Scarf Mystery Crochet Along Part 2. And then at noon, we're going to start the live premiere of the Apollonia Wrap Pattern supplemental videos. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you in a few minutes and later today for live premieres, and then for the podcast, same time, same place tomorrow. Bye-bye.